Hello everyone! I hope you're all doing fantastic, as always. I hope you don't mind my knee being in the picture, because I just really want to sit like this. I've been really excited to make this video. I've been kind of not planning for it a long time, because that would be a better video, but today I'm just going to talk about all my piercings and all the ones I've ever had, as well as the ones I'm currently having, just like pros and cons of those. So those I'm going to be talking about today are like tunnels, like piercings, Rook piercing, Labret piercing, nipple piercings, dermal anchors, and the Medusa piercing. And I'm going to be talking about them in order of how I got them. So my earlobe piercings, which probably everyone has, I got when I was 13. I was quite late, and I got them at like a hair salon with like the pistol thing, and then I started stretching them maybe 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, and it's just been such a slow process. Like I'm at 10 millimeters or 0.0G right now, and I'm not planning on doing it anymore. But actually, tunnels smell really bad. That's something I don't like about it. They're always kind of dirty. Like you always need to clean your like tunnels and your ears and stuff, and actually it hurts a lot when you stretch it. I know other people have different experiences, and I had a hard time stretching it because my earlobes are really thick. So what I do mostly is just use like the spiral thing that worked really well for me, as well as coconut oil, because sometimes like people say, yeah, you could just press in like the next size after like a month or so, but like no, for me that didn't work at all. So I just use like spirals and coconut oil, and that's the trick. Now I'm not going to stretch it anymore, and I really like it. Bad stuff, you cannot wear like any popular earrings that like anyone ever has, but I put in like these hoops and stuff, and I think that works out really well, and I actually really like the look of it. So yeah, I'm really happy with that right now. And then the second piercing that I got is like my lip piercings, or like bottom lip, and they're called like Labret Piercings. And this one is like, if I got it now, I would just never get it, because it's such a weird spot, to be honest. And it was really popular before, like in the early 2000s and stuff, but now it's like not really popular anymore. It's kind of weird, but I got it because I wanted to be tough, and everyone was calling me like cute and stuff, and I was really tired of being cute, and so I got it. It was like at the beginning of my emo phase when I was 15, I think. Yeah, I was 15 years old. That was like the first real piercing that I got, and no one had piercings back then, because you had to be 15 in Sweden with adult permission to get it. But honestly, it was such like a easy healing piercing. I had like just the ball in for half a year, and it's so easy to heal. Like it doesn't really bother you at all. The only thing is like you can't kiss anyone for a while, which is obviously like a little bit of a problem if you're seeing someone or you're in a relationship. And it has like I don't know, maybe it's just my lip, but it has like a little platform at the back when you get the piercing, and it's quite long because your lip swells up and stuff. And I would continuously, if I was eating, like bite down on it, and that would just hurt like a bitch. Like it hurts so much to just like bite on your piercing, and that was like a real problem. But now I have the ring, it's perfect. Like I really like it, it's no problem at all. But something you do want to think about though, which is like something that kind of bothers me about my piercing, is that it doesn't lie. Like it's not like a perfect fit around my lip, and you might want to think about if you want to get it, that the size that there is fits like perfect around your lip, because mine's always a little bit slanted, and like I don't really care, but if you care about that kind of stuff, like you might want to think about it. And it's like, of course, it like hurts a little bit for a while, and you have to like drink soup and stuff. And the bottom lip, you move a lot when you're like speaking and that kind of thing, but it's like the easiest healing piercing that I had, for sure. And the third and fourth piercing I got is my Rook piercing up here, and then I got this one at the same time. And before I say anything else, do not get, like, unless it's like these earlobe piercings, don't get like a piercing in both ears at the same time, because when you're going to bed and you're gonna sleep, you can't lie on any of the ears, like on the sides, and you have to kind of lie on your back, and it's super annoying. And it also makes the healing process take longer, because you kind of want to lay on one side, but like you're constantly kind of irritating them. So these ones took a really long time to heal, and they kind of constantly was hurting. Like sometimes people would just like brush, like I would take off my shirt and it would hurt, and then, or like when someone would brush my hair, and it was super painful for a really long time. I think for a year it was like hurting really bad, but it never got infected. It was just irritated kind of. And that's another thing you need to know about piercings. Like, people take out their piercings way too early. Like, it's very rare that a piercing becomes infected. It just gets very easily irritated. So honestly, like, I would just recommend keeping your piercings in for a while, or like going to your pierce salon, do you say that? Piercing studio, and just asking, because it like doesn't really get infected that much. But yeah, now it doesn't bother me at all and I don't feel it. But something I know about this one is, like, I've never tried different types of jewelry with this one. I've never changed it or anything, so I can't really speak on that, but I also think it like looks good as it is. And also it's one of the ones I'm really happy with because people don't really notice it and it's kind of just like there. I really like that. And then this one I've actually never really changed either. It has like a ball on this side and then like a ball on the back side, and I don't really change it much because this one actually gets really easily irritated and I don't know why. And I'm gonna zoom in. If you look at my ear, it looks like there's a little dent that kind of goes in here, and that's why I put the piercing like a little hole, like right where it goes in. And that's something I would also recommend if you're getting like ear piercing, especially. Like, you have to look at your ears or like your body and see what fits, because sometimes it's like interesting if you use what you got. You can find like cool stuff like that. So yeah, if I change like the piercing too much, this one, it hurts a lot, so I don't really change it, to be honest, but I can use like normal earrings for that. Then the fourth piercing is what I got with my nipple piercings, and for obvious reasons I'm not going to show you those, but yeah, I have them in like both my nipples. And I don't actually, something that maybe it's like too much to share, but honestly I just don't have very sensitive nipples, so all of these piercings like hurt the same amount to get, to be honest. Like, that's my experience. Like, piercings always hurt kind of the same amount, and then the healing process might be a little bit different. But yeah, if you have super sensitive nipples, like, maybe not get nipple piercings, but for me it was just like normal piercings, which obviously do hurt too. And honestly, like, nipple piercings are so annoying. Sometimes people are like, wow, that's so hot, but like, it is really annoying. But something it did do is like, it made me stop wearing a bra, because you can't really wear a bra for a really long time and it kind of hurts and stuff. So I just stopped wearing a bra, and now I really don't like to wear bras at all, actually, and I really like that. It's also like a problem, like, not a problem, but you can always see it through like a shirt you're wearing, and I think that's nice sometimes, but sometimes it's also really annoying, like if I'm having a performance or something. Another thing is it always gets stuck in like lace bras and stuff in the beginning, or like netted shirts, or like it gets stuck everywhere, and when it gets stuck, it hurts like a bitch because it gets like pulled and stuff, and that's really annoying. And it never really heals. Like, I know people who've switched nipple piercings, like, there's no really point in switching them because it like almost like it just sucks like the whole back in right when you take it out, and then it's difficult to put it back in. But I haven't switched my nipple piercings, and I don't really feel like I need to, because I just like it with the one that I got when I got it. It's like you can feel the rod through it, and actually some fabrics irritate the nipple more. I don't know, like if the fabric is too rough or something, like my nipples can become really sore. And I got those like 3 years ago. I don't know, it doesn't hurt now, but like, to use a gross word, there's still like pus coming out and stuff. And I feel like everyone has had the same experience, like it just never really heals, which is kind of annoying. But also, like, if you just clean it, like, piercings are a bother in a way, like it's a lot of work, but I also kind of like it because it makes you take care of yourself. Like, if you have to eat healthy, and you have to clean yourself and stuff like that. And then the fifth piercings that I got, or like 2 piercings that I got, or piercings, were my dermal anchors, the ones I had here. Like, if you've been on my channel for like more than half a year, you've seen them, or you can check out my old videos. And I got them removed. I don't feel like myself anymore. That makes me feel so sad to say, but it's kind of true. So when you like take dermal anchors, if you don't know already, you basically like dig a hole, and then you make like a little room under the skin, and then they kind of have to like fish hook it, the piercing in, because it's like a platform, and then it sticks out and it's like a flat surface. I really, really loved my dermal anchors. Like, when I had them, I've never felt more like me, which is such a weird thing to say, but sometimes I do get piercings and I change my hair and stuff and get tattoos because I like the outside to match how I feel, like I feel who I am on the inside. And when I got those piercings, I felt like I really was me, if that makes sense, because it was like, it was quirky, but it still fit my face. It was unique, and I really liked that. So when I actually went to the store to get it, I wanted to get the Earlobe piercing, like this one, because I think that one was really cool. But then she said I don't have enough skin up here, which I didn't know was like a problem. So they were like, it's probably 100% sure it's gonna grow out, don't get it. So I got this one instead because I like to have piercings be symmetrical. They basically dig in skin and it hurts much less than getting a piercing, to be honest. Like, it takes a little bit longer because it's not just making a hole, but it doesn't hurt as much, and that's the truth. And then you have to wear band-aids for like a month, I think. And something you should test before, which I didn't think about at all, is I got allergic reaction to the band-aids, and so I started getting like my skin reacted like around, and it was all like bubbly and red, and it was really bad, which made me feel really insecure, and it was itching a lot, and that was just a really bad experience. And it went away after a while. And you also have to sleep with band-aids when you're sleeping and stuff, which is like kind of annoying, so it's a lot of work. But I don't know, I think they were really beautiful, and I think maybe in future I'll probably get them again. And they started kind of getting irritated and growing out a little bit, and I went back to the piercing store and they said like, it's not that bad, like you can basically save it by having like salt washes. But salt washes were terrible because you had to have that little cup on there for like a really long time, and it was just not a great experience, and they got really more irritated. But the real issue is because I dance, and when we do partnering work, like there's loads of hands and everywhere, and I was like super paranoid that in a performance or something someone would just rip them off, like something would get stuck, like a bracelet or something, you know, shirt would get stuck and they would just rip out, and I would have this huge scar on my face. And that was like a huge worry I had, so that's why I got them removed. And now it's like half a year later, and like you can't really see it at all, honestly. But actually getting them removed is so painful. It is so much worse than any piercing you get. It was extremely painful because they had to like dig it out, and it was really painful. So yeah, I don't recommend that. And then the last piercing I have is like the Medusa piercing, which I got recently, and I feel like I can't really talk about it because the whole healing process isn't over yet. I've only had it for 1.5 months. And I haven't actually switched the piercing yet. I still have like the long rod in it. But also with this piercing you have to take like a mouthwash. And I don't remember it happening for this one, but the mouthwash for this one, it really burnt my gums. And my gums started to like sting constantly after a while. And so I started kind of like using the mouthwash less. Even though you should use it twice a day. But it was just really hurting my gums. So there's like these extra things that you can get allergic to, or that you don't know that you will react to with piercings. Yeah, but yeah, I really like it so far. It's just also with this piercing, it sticks out, and especially when I smile, it like almost touches my nose. A drag, I guess, but yeah, I really like it. And also this one is also like, it doesn't get stuck in the teeth like the other one. It doesn't really get stuck in anything, so it's super easy to just get it and then live a normal life, if that makes sense. Also, you can't kiss anyone, obviously, and you can't eat any spicy foods, which is kind of bad. But it's still healing, so I can't really speak too much about that. But that's the end of this video. Honestly, though, like, piercings are a lot of work, but it's also really fun to just, like, experiment with it, and, like, you can just take piercings out and get new ones. Like, I am precious with my body, like, I take care of my body, but I also don't really care if I get, like, scars or, like, holes somewhere. You know, it's just like part of my history. That's this video. You are welcome to ask any questions down below. I would actually welcome that. Something I didn't cover. And also you can talk about your experiences so that others coming to this video can look in the comments and see what other people's experiences were. That would be great. Maybe I'll do the same one with like tattoos and stuff. I don't know. I hope you guys all are brilliant, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!